really terrible right here in Lagos. The weather was very hot, but early this morning it rained. It gave us a little respite, and we're able to like at least breathe. But that doesn't stop a couple of issues going on across Nigeria's socio-economic landscape from continuing. And you know how we do it on the evening rush. We try to delve into these issues, have a logical comprehension of these issues, or will I say a non-biased perspective or angle of looking at these issues, and get your recommendation, get to hear your criticism as well while you're reacting during the reactionary session of the program. Sometimes we have guests who will be joining us either virtually via the telephone, or most times right here in the studio. And these analysts, in their various specification, gives us their own interpretation on how to analyze some of these issues. All right, it helps us to have a better comprehension and look at issues logically. They say that you can not only reason in one way. When people give you different angles to reasoning, then there is a possibility of having a mutual understanding that will not lead to violence. My name is Esther Mwachuku. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I would implore you to go onto our YouTube channel. For some of you who want to virtually be part of the conversation, go on your YouTube application on your Android phone or smartphone, any one of them. You definitely have the YouTube application right there. Go on the search bar, type VOP 903 FM, and voila, you watch us and join us live. If you already have subscribed, well, you will have gotten a notification that we're actually streaming live, so kindly join us. And like I said, today is actually a very interesting day because quite a lot actually transpired. One of such instances, for example, pardon me if we supposedly go political, but the reason why we are starting off from the political angle is because it happened today, and most of the activities surrounded that, which is concerning the Labour Party. The drama in that party is something else. I will not lie to you. And I don't know how the top executives and those who are really about their political career would have the confidence to continue with the party with all that has transpired, right? So you know that we were hearing that before now that Peter Obi was going to dump the Labour Party. He was quiet ever since the case was in court, and he had not said anything. Valentine Ozigbo left the party, came and told the APC members that they should not worry, Peter Obi is likely to leave the Labour Party. Did not specifically tell us, but he said even he too is considering moving, that he's just taking his time to see how he can, get to feed a feel of some other political parties and know if he's going to leave. So we were all like, if Valentine Ozigbo, a very close ally of Peter Obi, is saying this, then it means that the Labour Party indeed has gone moribund. Now, the Obedient Movement at some point in time had also told us that anywhere Peter Obi goes, they go. And they were just hanging on, all right, until they realize or decide where Peter Obi was heading. Peter Obi, on his part as well, was going about his philanthropic activities without the whole Labour Party inscription, no Labour Party uniform. He was just going along with Yunusa Tanko and some of the obedient members on some of his trips. Well, apparently he spoke today, and he was able to give us a detailed impression of what he considers a rumor which has been circulating about his potential departure from the party, firmly denying the claims and clarifying his commitment to the Labour Party's future. And this was made because today they had the National Executive Council meeting where they had top members. You had the Nenadi Usman, you had Alex Oti, you have Yusuf Babadati Ahmed, you had Peter Obi himself, and a couple of stalwarts, within the Labour Party. And today quite a lot was said. Warnings were given to Julius Saburi to stop parading himself. He should try to be peaceful, consider the future of the party and not for himself. And then we now heard that Lamidi Akpakpa has assumed chairmanship of the Labour Party just like that. Lamidi Akpakpa, that we've not heard anything from ever since the Supreme Court gave its jurisdiction and its ruling. It was Arabambi that was speaking on his behalf. Then all of a sudden, Lamidi Akpakpa went off. And then he came back and said, since the Supreme Court has sacked the INEC chair, that he's assuming the chairmanship position and he is going to put in place some National Executive Council members. He's going to appoint them. This was in simultaneously while the National Executive Council meeting was being held by Peter Obi and the likes right there. Well, I want us to take a brief listen to Peter Obi while he was addressing the rumor and addressing some party members, those who intend to stay loyal, and the future of the Labour Party now, especially when it comes to anybody who wants to campaign with the Labour Party as a party for any platform in Nigeria's political arena. So let's take a brief listen to him.
length, consulted at length. We discussed at length, consulted at length, and Governor agreed to take this issue on with Aburi. And I was surprised when I saw, when we met and he told me his reply, and when I started reading certain things about his private meeting and conversation in national newspaper, I was shocked. Sorry, it's not on a mission. I was shocked. But if you know me very well, I usually operate from point of weakness. It is better that people say you're weak, because it allows me to exhaust reason. You must exhaust reason before you fight, before you ask anything. So we went to court. And I'm sure you know I've followed court in this country deliciously. I'm the first governor to come through court, to come back from impeachment, and to change the electoral calendar in this country. Forever. So I believe in court process. And I share what my brother that said. In this case, the court has taken the rightful position. They've done the right thing. It is for all of us to go out. We are not saying we've won. Labour Party won. The future of Labour Party is that any party that would have been a party of choice today in this country, if not for the delay and going through that process, it would have been Labour Party. But I assure you, you'll be a party of tomorrow. Some have speculated all sorts of things. Some have even said, oh, he has left Labour Party. Some of us are on our way out. Some of us are on our way this. Let me assure you, we are Labour Party members. I have never discussed with any other party. We are going to discuss with anybody. We'll discuss it jointly from our house at Labour Party. No party will tell you that they've seen me discussing with them. And like I always say, Governor, we would sit down and discuss. Everybody, leadership, stakeholders will say, we want to be part of this. It is not P2B's choice. It is choice of everybody. We must move and do everything we are doing as a family, because we're choosing to be family. And this family does not exclude anybody. Like Governor has said, let's do the right thing. Let's go and do from ward to local government, to state, to zone, come and do it nationally. Nobody, everybody is free to contest. Everybody is free to. By the time the caretaker comes down with whatever they want, everybody is free. Nobody is excluded. And we'll ensure fairness. We want to build a party that will be fair, a party that will be just, a party that people can look at and say, this is how this party is. We want to go into the next election knowing fully well that we're offering Nigerians the best of people and competent people for House of Assembly, for House of Rep, for Senate, for Governor, for any level of election. So we want to be ready. We want to correct even mistakes we made in the past, because they were mistakes. So we need to correct it. We are going to be sure that whoever wants to contest House of Rep, House of Assembly now will be a Labour member. not on transit, not passing by. We want to be sure that those who go to House of Rep are not passerby. They are members of our party. And they are competent. And they will stand with the party. Because we want to be a party of ideology. Not party where you just elect people and they become whatever goes on. And I thank those who stood, especially my brother there, at the time, even if you were a lone voice, be alone. Thank you, sir.
All right, that there was Peter Obi at the National Executive Council meeting today, advising quite a number of persons and saying that no longer business as usual. We are here to ensure that the party moves forward. And you know that they actually went to INEC office today to submit the true certified copy of the Supreme Court ruling that actually invalidated Julius Abure from being the chairman of the Labour Party. And that obviously was where INEC now said that they will not have any, they'll be neutral. Their stance will be neutral, and they'll also be transparent, all right, in the discharge of its duties as touching the leadership tussle in the Labour Party. This was made known by INEC's acting chairman. You guys, we now have a new INEC acting chairman, Sam OLUMEKUN. Now, 3 days ago, we heard that there were rumors about Mahmoud Yakub being sacked. Later, INEC came out to speak, and the presidency came out to clarify that that was fake news, and it's not true that Mahmoud Yakub has been sacked or resigned. However, his appointment will definitely be expiring towards the end of this year by November. I think his chairmanship position would be the one in charge of the Anambra governorship elections on the 8th of November, thereabout. Okay, so by that November, Mahmoud Yakub's tenure will expire. So where did the acting chairman come from? They just snuck it in there. So while they went to meet them at the INEC office today, INEC's acting chairman Sam OLUMEKUN, during a visit by Labour Party leaders to the INEC headquarters in Abuja today, they urged the electoral body, that is Nana Usman and Peter Obi, as well as Alex Otti, they urged INEC as an electoral body to recognize Senator Esther Nana Usman as the legitimate chairman of the party. All right, now, obviously, this particular group of persons were led by Peter Obi, the 2023 presidential candidate, Abia State Governor Alex Otti. The Labour Party delegation was received by OLUMEKUN and other national commissioners. All right, so Labour Party presented their case, asking INEC to take formal steps to acknowledge Usman's leadership in light of the Supreme Court's recent ruling. Now, a statement by INEC under the chairmanship of the acting chair, OLUMEKUN, after the meeting, noted that Governor Otti formally presented a certified true copy of the recent Supreme Court judgment concerning the party's leadership. The statement confirmed that both parties engaged in meaningful discussions targeted at reinforcing democratic values. So, right now, if this team of persons went to INEC with a certified true copy, then that means very soon we may hear, in as much as INEC wants to remain neutral in this whole situation, because the Supreme Court ruling was saying that it's left for the party to decide their activities or decide who becomes their party chairman. Now, for Alex Otti, he said something. All right, he gave a serious warning this evening or this afternoon during the National Executive Council meeting. I want us to actually listen to Alex Otti here because he made quite a couple of interesting statements. So let's patiently listen to him while he addressed Julius Abure. He said Abure's deceit exposed by the Supreme Court judgment. So let's listen to this.
Like I had said before, that it is a welcome relief that the Supreme Court gave the judgment that they gave on Friday, whose certified true copy just arrived minutes ago to 48 pages. The 48-page document was very clear in saying that it is all of you seated here that constitute the leadership of the party. I also want to make the point that we are law-abiding people. We sat on the 4th of September, 2024 in Umuahia, where we unanimously elected a 29-member caretaker committee. Shortly after that exercise, our brothers on the other side went to court and got a judgment that pronounced them the leaders of the party. If we were not law-abiding, we would have started dragging the office. But we all said, since there was a court judgment, let us follow the process. And the process ended on Friday. We expected that everybody who actually wants the survival and the progress of democracy in Nigeria and that of Labour Party would have accepted that judgment. In any case, you don't have a choice because Supreme Court is the final arbiter in matters like this. So you may not like the judgment, but you must obey the judgment. Anybody who is doing anything else is constituting himself into a law by himself. Now, I like the tone of the speech that was made by our national chairman. And instead of being aggressive like they have been, threatening people with expulsion and suspension, she called on all of them to come back so that we can all sit down and rebuild this party. Those who have their ears, please, I would like to join our national chairman in appealing to them. There is no need fighting. I had sat with Mr. Bure last year, and I asked him, I said, what do you really want? And he said he didn't want anything. I said, okay, I can speak to my leaders, and you can become a BOT chairman. I offer that with their approval. Or if you want to still lead this party, let's go through the process. Go and purchase a form when the process starts, and if you win, you return as chairman. But I also gave him some pieces of advice. I said, if I were you, I wouldn't want to lead people who wouldn't want me to lead them.
Very, very interesting. That was Alex Oti right there, actually telling Julius Aburi to be reasonable and have a sense of decorum and think of the party first. Respect yourself. Nanadu Usman is calling everyone to come together, let them forge ahead because they don't want to start mobilizing when it's already close to 2027. But there are a lot of political analysts and juggernauts who are piecing, the chessboard together. They're trying to see how this card will play. A couple of persons no longer trust the authenticity of the Labour Party. A couple of persons feel that it's merely charlatans who have not had an opportunity to be exposed politically. They saw an avenue they saw money that they may have never actually seen or experienced before or come across. They took advantage of the popularity of certain individuals that joined the Labour Party and decided to liquidate what the party was meant to represent, especially post the presidential elections in 2023, literally made the party become moribund. So people are saying, you know what, Peter, we just leave this party. There is no possibility of you winning in 2027, remaining with the Labour Party. Others now say, if Peter Obi decides to leave the Labour Party, he'll be seen as someone who is just selfish. He just wants to acquire that presidential seat without wanting to fight and work hard. How do you leave a political party when they are going through crisis? If you if you were the one and you're considered an elder of the party, why don't you stay and amend issues? Well, like I said, these are political permutations, and while all of this is ongoing, well, like I said earlier, why did INEC not just tell us that in as much as Mahmoud Yakub's tenure has expired, okay, or it's about to expire, that you have an INEC acting chair who will be acting in accordance, all right, with the rules of engagement of INEC, while Mahmoud Yakub is preparing for his retirement. So why don't we have that straightforward reaction and responses when we hear things in the news? That's just a funny thing, because I saw the back and forth. No, Mahmoud Yakub is still the INEC chair. INEC responded, federal government responded, presidency responded, everybody was responding, saying the story on Facebook was false and it was not true. So if that was the case, on what capacity is Sam OLUMEKUN acting as the INEC national chairman? In what capacity is he acting? Because he was one responsible for voter education in INEC. So why is he acting in that capacity? And if Labour Party went to visit the INEC headquarters today and they were welcomed by Sam OLUMEKUN, who has supposedly assumed his duties today, what exactly is going on? Why is that sense of transparency not realized, all right, with this administration? Again, very, very interesting times. So meanwhile, okay, the barrister Aloy Ejimako, special counsel to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has accused former President Muhammadu Buhari of launching a second civil war against the Igbo people through Kanu's arrest and prolonged detention. In a post via his X account today, Ejimako argued that Buhari's administration's rhetoric and actions amounted to a deliberate campaign of hostility towards the Southeast. He pointed specifically to Buhari's infamous remark about teaching the Igbos in the language they understand, claiming that this, along with a crackdown on Kanu, constituted a direct and sustained act of aggression against the region. Ejimako stated that due to Buhari's actions, Kanu should be considered a prisoner of war and not a criminal. Okay, now Ejimako's comment referenced a controversial statement made by then President Buhari during a 2021 interview in which he vowed to deal with secessionist agitators, particularly IPOP, in the language they understand, and that he says Buhari's remark was widely condemned as inflammatory, particularly in the context of Nigeria's civil war history. So again, these are contentious issues that we'll be looking into in the course of the conversation today. Meanwhile, in Kogi State, a group of aggrieved women from Okeere, a community in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State, today staged a protest against what they described as an endless reign of terror unleashed on their people by armed kidnappers and Fulani headsmen. In a video recently seen, the women, mostly elderly, appeared half naked as they marched through the community with mournful chants lamenting the incessant attacks, kidnappings and killings that had plagued their town for months. Some of the protesters could be heard wailing. They sang sorrowful songs. They were pleading with the relevant authorities to intervene for an immediate solution. Now, let me introduce my guest analyst today. Obviously, he was with me yesterday. I will call a legal practitioner in the course of the conversation to provide the legal angle that's give us a legal context to the conversation that I have been able to reel out that's on the hot topic. But meanwhile, from another human angle perspective, I actually have Mr. Lawal Ekundayo right here. Mr. Lawal, how are you? You are who you are. What do you mean by that, please? What do you mean by you are who you are?
I'm afraid to say I'm fine.
You are free? No, I've told you not to be afraid to say you are fine.
If I say I'm fine, then I'm speaking in tongues. I'm saying something in abstract.
Wow. Did you have
it's a fiction.
You had 2 square meals today, didn't you?
No.
Breakfast? Okay, just one.
Yes.
Well, most of us are working. Basically, we can't afford to have 2. It's
You
just
didn't
one.
ask me the reason. You are telling me the reason.
Okay, what
you
is
are
it?
telling me the reason
Okay.
why I had.
Because even me too, I haven't eaten. Okay, why didn't you eat? What happened?
Because I'm thinking about Nigeria.
Hey, I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
Why will you be thinking? Why will you carry Nigeria wahala on your head and you not eat?
No, see, Nigerian wahala is on everybody's head. You guys, it's on our head now. Because of what we are in Nigeria and all these things are happening to us. I told people, when people say I'm not concerned about what I said, every year they make budget over your head because that budget is about the population of Nigeria. You are part of the population. They have counted you. So you have a share in part of that budget and then it doesn't get to you. So
Okay, Mr. Lawal Ekundare, let me start off with the spate of insecurity. Today it's Kogi women that came out on the street en masse, elderly women. They were half naked. They also remind me of the women that came out in Enugu, also protesting about the insecurity. Yesterday, we heard about what happened at 2 a.m. in Akure, North Local Government Area, where about 15 farmers were killed. Their bodies were taken to the state government secretariat by the youth of the community. They staged a protest. In Shakiri today, there was a protest there. They shut down the pipeline there in Delta State. Why have we not had the government declare a state of emergency in some of the states that have been heavily bedeviled by these supposed terrorists who have been killing people at random?
The solution is not state of emergency.
The solution is not state of emergency.
No.
If the president could declare a state of emergency in Rivers over some political whatever, you don't think that a state of emergency should be declared on all the states?
We know why he declared that. It's not in the interest of Nigerians or in the interest of the people of Rivers State. We know that why he declared that. So why do we look at it as the solution? Because it wasn't done for the people. What we need is people who we need leaders who are for Nigerians. That's what I'm saying. We need leaders who are for Nigerians. Leaders who are empathetic about Nigerian problem. We are tired of leaders who are selfish. Because that is what we have. A leader is like a father. You get? And the people you lead are like your children. Now, how have you been taking care of your children?
Mm-hmm.
How have you been taking care of your children? Look at the one that happened in Uromi, as if half of Nigeria.
I'm shocked.
And
all the influencers, everyone that was raising storm, raising doors, threatening, where are their voices?
Look at the way they are quiet. Even the Plateau State governor, I've not even heard him say
what
something.
What is this?
Everybody is quiet, as if we have solved the problem.
Hey, now wow.
It's like, okay, the other ones are not really important. It's that Iromi that is important. We have solved it, and then everybody can go to sleep. That's the way it sounds now.
The state governors, they sound like they can't do anything.
It's not that they can't do anything.
I was, during the World News at 6 yesterday, Mr. Peter Anosike said some of the governors, maybe they promised them vice presidential tickets in 2031 or 2027, and so they don't want to offend some certain persons from certain geopolitical zones, and so they rather keep quiet. Does it even make sense? I didn't even know how to digest that, because I'm like, to the detriment of your people. There's a cleansing ongoing. So you're thinking of your political career? Just yesterday in Akure, 15 farmers, early in the morning, they were going to the farm. Remember that in these communities, they rely on what they're able to harvest from their farmlands. And this is also planting season. They want to go and set up for their planting season. Do you know that some farmers have collected loans? Some farmers, these farms that these people are killing and destroying their crops, they collected loans. Those loans have interests. They gave collateral for that loan they got. And there's an estimated period where they have to reimburse the fund. They have to pay back their loan. And that will depend on how much profit they make from whatever produce comes from that farm.
Look at even.
So beyond killing people, you are
Let me tell you something. You are talking about the loan of the farmer. What about the loans of the federal government concerning agriculture? Is it not loan that is going to be paid back? So where are they going to spend the money? Or which farmers are they giving the money to? Or where are they spending the money that federal government went to borrow to boost agriculture? Or what is happening? To let you know, all these things are just like a fiction, like a fiction, like we are watching this American movie in those days, Hollywood, in which you see somebody killing 1,000 people with a blow, with one punch, and everybody is dying. That's the way we know it's not real.
So all the northern governors cannot talk. They Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, they cannot speak. Abi, they can't call their people to order. They haven't decided to form an emergency meeting in the midnight like they used to, and address this. The National Assembly, up till now, have not sat down to address this. So what do they want? Even the Kogi state governor, despite this protest, has not come out to address his people.
He was able to address the issue of
Natasha.
Which he was on like a tiger.
Got police to come and stop
yes.
the supporters from having to welcome her. So this is the priority now.
She has done that. Everything died down as if everything is fine. There's no problem. We have just solved that problem. Let me tell you something about Nigerian leaders. All these governors. Let me tell you something about them. That I see them quiet. It is because many of them, or even most of them, are opportunists. You get it? They are people that are not qualified to be there, and they are opportunists. Somebody put them there, and the person is pulling the trunk or the string. People who put them there are pulling this. That's why you see them as if they are clueless. It's not that they are clueless. It's just that they don't have clue at all. You get what I'm saying? I'm using two words now. What I mean by that is that in their agenda, the people are not there at all. You get it? The reason why they are in power is it has nothing to do with the people at all.
So all the promises they make to us, they come out and tell us that this is what they are doing. Everything is for the benefit of the people. During the campaign, they tell us that the most important thing is they are all what hogwash. It's not what it is.
Let me ask you a question. The Edo governor, tell me what he promised. I'm not talking about Shemale. I'm talking about the governor and say, what did he tell the Edo people? Did he come out to tell them anything? Did he promise them anything?
Are you referring to the insecurity? That one, he said it was a slip-off.
Wait,
it was a video mix.
Excuse me, wait now. I am saying that the governor, what did he promise the people?
He promised them infrastructure, education.
Shomole was one talking all over the place for him. You get what I'm saying? That is, we saw all the whole thing now. He couldn't even come to debate, where people will ask him questions and things like that. And he's in power, and you expect him to stand up for you. Are you part of it? These are things that is going on in Ondo State. It's happening. See, all these governors, they collect security votes.
Yes.
Their allocations
plus the fact allocation that was increased.
It's drastically.
What are they doing with the money?
So now look at it. When it comes to security, you can even secure yourself without carrying arms. If a criminal is coming and somebody is able to get information that the criminal is coming, people will run away before the criminal get there. So sometimes you don't even need weapons to secure life and property. All you need is first-hand information that you are going to give to the people. Now, what security measures have they put in place to secure their people? Because I saw videos on Facebook. You see all these terrorists, when they come, they look like unintelligent people. You know why? They ride bicycle, they carry gun, they shoot in the air. This is enough for anybody to know that some bad people are coming from this area. Please run away. You get what I'm saying? They don't come like experts. They just come like people who know just that direct. And I begin to wonder, this thing is so simple to safeguard the life and property of the people, because the way they behave is so. Look at the kidnappers. But what we see, the governors are quiet, and when they talk, they condemn. Tell us what you are spending the security votes on. Tell us what are the things you have put in place. Nothing. And they will come out and condemn. And that is what we are facing. That's why I came to the conclusion that the reason is simply because these people, they are just opportunists who got opportunity into power, and they are interested in the reason why they are there, and the people who put them there are pulling the strings. So the people are not part of the agenda at all.
Mr. Lawal, in concurrence to what you just said, that these people, these herdsmen terrorists, that they are complete illiterates. Now, a National Assembly Commission director narrated his harrowing ordeal in kidnappers' den. He said he was chained for 32 days while his wife was killed in front of him. He said that the kidnappers killed his wife and dumped her body in a bush near Itakbaji community in Niger State on January 27. This is a statement and a narration made by a deputy director at the National Assembly Commission, Michael Akeropo Adesina, who was kidnapped by gunmen at his residence in Kubwa, Abuja. He recounted how they killed his wife in his presence. He said they dumped her body near a bush at Itakbaji community in Niger State. Adesina was among the 60 kidnapped victims rescued by troops of the Nigerian Army's 1 Division and received by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the Minister of Defense Badaru Abubakar in Abuja. Now, the coordinator of the National Counterterrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, said the victims comprised 35 males and 25 females, and they were rescued this month of April, that is April 7. Meanwhile, this particular man said that this terrorists, because I don't want to call them bandits, they mostly age between 17 and 21 years of age, that they were stark illiterates and they're victims of circumstance. He said it was so bad that they didn't know how to count money. He said they couldn't count the money. 17, 21. These are teenagers, very young boys. The boys that they caught at Uromi, 3 of them, I saw how small, very young terrorists. They're not, I don't even want to call them headers. These boys just know that kidnapping is the business of the day. He said that, as it stands right now, that when they kill someone in front of you, you will give them anything they want. In fact, at that point in time, if they ask for your head, you will give them, because they don't have any form of conscience that these children have been exposed to all forms of vices. Children, 17 and 21 years, in the bush, kidnapping people, then they don't know how to count money. They are stark illiterates. I'm saying this because of what you said about the level of lack of access to education. So what are the northern elders doing about it?
Are you talking about, like, what about the southern elders?
No, what I'm asking is that most of these persons constituting this mayhem are from a certain ethnic extraction. In fact, very soon I'm going to play what Caleb Muftwang, the governor of Plateau State, said. He said some of them don't even speak Nigerian language, that they're all coming from the Sahel, that is either Mali, Burkina Faso, and all of that, and they come in here, see this business, and then they become part of it. That what is happening in Plateau State is that those areas are very lush and green, and that there are minerals there. That these people have taken over 64 communities in Plateau State. Taking over 64 communities in the state. So the other northern governors, the Sokoto State governor, the Kano State governor, Kaduna State governors, that lamented and shouted when people were killed at Uromi, their people were killed. Why are they quiet?
Because I've said it now, because it's not their concern.
It's not their concern?
Now, because if it is your concern, you cry. Like what
so
happened.
So if people start carrying out jungle justice now against anyone that they see, then what will now happen again?
They will now begin. When it touches somebody, maybe they are business people, they will now come up and speak as if that's the only thing that has happened. I saw I don't know how true it is, about one I think Israeli that was kidnapped in Nigeria, and the Israelis came to rescue their people. I saw that video. I don't know how true it is. Now, that's why I say I look at these governors and I see them, you get it, to be opportunists. They are interested in the resources, and they use the resources to protect themselves and their families only, and they forget about the people. It is when it affects the chains of godfatherism in which they are enslaved. That is when you see them reacting.
Let's take a listen to Governor Caleb Muftwang during an interview in addressing the whole situation, about more than 100 persons that were killed by this terrorist in just Bokos local government area.
To be honest with you, these attacks are not new. They've been going on for the last 10 years or more. It's just that they were never brought to national attention. In Bokos particularly, Bokos is one of God's gifts to Plateau State. Beautiful landscape, great mineral deposits, and so, but it's a very treacherous terrain. These communities that have been recently attacked were part of the communities that were attacked in 2023, but they survived it. They rebuilt themselves. The Rumi community that was first attacked lost about 17 people in 2023, but they bounced back to show you the resilience of the people. Now, if these kind of attacks have been going on for close to 10 years, it tells you a story that there is a deliberate, conscious attempt to clean out populations, and for what reason other than to reoccupy. As I'm talking to you, there are not less than 64 communities that have been taken over by bandits on the plateau between Bokos, Barikiladi, and Riom local governments. They have been taken over, renamed, and people are living there conveniently on lands they push people away to occupy. And these are things that we've been trying to embark on dialogue to make sure that these communities, these people return to their communities. But because of the proliferation of arms, which has become quite alarming, and I'm talking now not about small arms, it's real sophisticated arms in the hands of non-state actors, it has become more challenging for communities to be able to live in peace. So I can tell you in all honesty that I cannot find any explanation other than genocide sponsored by terrorists. The question is, who is the person, who are the persons behind the organizers of this terrorism? This is what the security agencies must help us to unravel. We must come to the point where we know the sponsors, because it is not just the work of ordinary people. This is being sponsored from somewhere. And I'm sure that in the coming days, the security agencies will work together, not at cross purposes, but in unison, to be able to bring out the requisite intelligence that will help us to put this matter behind us.
Mr. OLUMEKUN, do you want to tell me that our Nigerian security do not know the people who are constituting this menace up till now, after more than 15 years that these guys began their activities?
How would they not know?
64 communities, Riom, Bokos, 3 different areas in Plateau State, taken over by these people. And guess what? That is the Christian, what do you call it, religion states in Plateau State. If you know Plateau State very well, I schooled there. Those areas that their religion, they're mostly Christians. People just want to farm and go about their activities. Do you want to tell me that the Nigerian security, with all of their intelligence, people, NIA, that could utilize their platform, were able to go to Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned Nnamdi Kanu? Every machination of getting this guy, they worked it out, they planned it. It tells you that if our intelligence wants to activate, they can do the needful. Do you want to tell me that our security agents do not know this?
They know. Everybody have been saying it. Even the government knows about all these things. Because if the government doesn't know about it, why are they so established? You get it? Why is it so established? Because I see it as established. I see that's established. Even the governor
killing now is now the business activity of the day.
I said this thing on TV some years ago. I said that this thing has become some kind of employment, gainful employment for people. Which they will give you to come and work, and certain amount will be given to you, which is a very, very bogus amount, and then you become part of. That's why you see all those 17, 21, 20 clinic or whatever being part of it. Because they pay them well, like you are paying somebody salary. You get it? You are paying them, so it's like livelihood to them. So it's difficult to take it away from them because it's their livelihood. It's not something they go once and go back. No, it's like they are paid monthly salary. So it's like a livelihood, employment to them, gainful employment, and that's what we're seeing. And I also, many of these governors, many of them are aware of these things. Because you are the chief security, as it is said, of this, each state is the governor. And the governor has enough instrument, fund, to secure his people. And yet, we see all these things coming up.
Will you blame the governor in this?
Yes.
The reason why I'm asking is that when it comes to security provided, it's coming from the federal level.
What is the purpose? Wait.
So before the governor will act on anything, he needs to speak with the Inspector General of Police and all of that.
I don't agree with that. I don't. You know why? They are collecting security vote, operatives, and then the governor is collecting security vote. Then if he's not the one that is commanding, all these people, why is he collecting security vote? Why is the money? What's he using the money for? If it's not to secure the lives and property of his people, is that not the purpose of security?
Obviously.
So, and it's collecting the security vote, and then things like this are going on. Then the question is, we should ask the governors, please, so why are you collecting security vote when you are not the one that command the police or the security operatives? Then tell us, what are you using your you don't have any other security except these people, then what do you collect? What are you using your you don't have any other security except these people, then what do you collect the money for? And you are collecting it every year. And look at the assembly, look at the house, look at our assembly. They are just assembly, they are not reps. They are assembly, they are not reps.
It's actually interesting, actually. Meanwhile, the former vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, Dati Baba Ahmed, has said that President Bola Tinubu did not win the 2023 election. You know that Senator Ahmed said President Tinubu's government remains questionable constitutional. This was a statement he made today while he was speaking at the Labour Party National Executive Council meeting, which was organized by Nandi Usman-led caretaker committee. Now, speaking on the Supreme Court ruling on the party's leadership crisis, the former vice presidential candidate called on the judiciary to be consistent in upholding justice. So where is Dati Baba Ahmed's data coming from that Tinubu did not win the 2023 general elections?
He's a public figure, and he's saying it authoritatively. If it's not
saying
true,
that the Supreme Court affirmed somebody that did not win the 2023 general elections to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
See,
Are you saying that our judiciary mutilated our electoral process that is meant to be free and fair, or they were part of a process that installed someone who did not win categorically the 2023 elections? So are you saying the results that INEC ruled out was questionable, or what? The numbers were inflated? I need to understand how that works.
Let me start from this place. Let me start from here. We have the beavers and the other gadgets, and the chairman of INEC assured Nigerians openly in the media, channels, whatever. They even played it to the tribunal when he said that beavers, you get it, and the other gadgets will be used. If they will be used. He even collected so much money. He even came back and said it was not enough. They should give him more based on the use of those gadgets. And then when they get to tribunal said it's not required. Now, if it's not required, all the money that he has collected, you get it. Is it not? Does it not have to come and give account to Nigerians? You get, like, if you tell somebody I'm going to buy you this thing, because if I buy you this thing, it's going to work for you, and at the end the person didn't see that, and you are telling the person that it's not required that you use it, the person will not ask you to refund. Because since you didn't use it for that person, this is Nigerian money, and since you said it's not required, you don't use it, then you need to do a refund.
You're referring to INEC?
Yes.
That you should do a refund?
Yes.
After they've already announced it. Nigerians have moved on 2 years after.
That's always our problem. We always move on.
What do you want Nigerians to do? How do you want them to survive? Do you want them to hold on to something when it feels like whatever means they try to channel or express or counter is blocked and usurped? What do you want Nigerians to do?
Do you know how we pray? We know we are the most religious country in the world.
One of the most religious countries.
No, we are not one of.
One of the most religious countries.
Okay, tell me the one that is more religious, more than us. Mention it now. Oh yeah, I'm waiting. Do you know how the time we spend in religious houses? Do you know the time we spend praying in the houses? Do you know we are the most? Do you know where do you have the highest number of religious houses?
Mr. Lawal Ekundayo, what you're suggesting that Nigerians shouldn't move on, what other capacity should they have continued to voice their dissent on an election that we saw the numbers that the president won, followed by the PDP representative Atiku, and obviously the Labour Party representative Peter Obi? If you have any other proof to counter the numbers that were ruled out by INEC, why wasn't it presented?
Okay, if I have.
Yes, now, if you have the numbers that is different from what INEC is announcing, properly authenticated.
Let me give you. I'll just shift down a little down.
The reason why I'm asking you that question is because when you say that Nigerians shouldn't, our problem is that we shouldn't move on, we should continue to cry.
See, when you were small and you have not eaten, don't you cry until your mommy give you food? Do you go and sit down and say, well, what can I do? Since mommy said there is no food, let me just go sit down and be looking. Will you not cry and cry? Even if they send you message, you no answer. Everybody will say, why you not? Please settle this child now. Until the mother will say, if you did not cry, your mother will just say, don't worry, she's satisfied, she's okay. But because you keep crying and you keep crying and you keep crying, she gets so disturbed that she has to settle you. Is that not it? Then you are telling Nigerians to move on. What are we going to do? That's why the problem keep coming in. The problem keep coming in. Okay, look at it. They said a Senate president
did
just even
he was nominated.
Didn't even collect. He collected 2 forms. I don't know how all these things happen and eventually
cherry picked. That he was cherry picked.
See, why do we have most of these people having questionable? You get it? Election post. I don't understand. And then we keep moving on, and then you want solution. How will solution come when you keep moving on? One problem here, you abandon it, you move to another. You don't worry, we'll move on. Another problem comes, you move on. By the time you look back, you see loads of problem, behind you, until the problem will block your way. That is what is happening to Nigerians.
Do you know the reason why I'm asking this question, right? Because I'm not meant to have any form of personal opinion. I have to work with whatever official data has been released. A couple of persons may understand sarcasm or ironical questioning. So we all know or experienced what transpired during the 2023 elections, right? But the thing now is, it is where it is. Dati Ahmed saying that the president's reign or administration is unconstitutional and not properly recognized. Well, as it stands now, we're working with it. That's what is officially known. That's what our international counterparts know as our president. So the big question now in regards to this is, while we have entered the political era, because everyone is gearing up for 2027, should it be to the detriment of the lives of Nigerians? That's what. Should the economy be at a collapse if some certain things are not addressed? What do you think should be the focus of those who are at the helm of affairs while they are gearing up for their 2027? Don't they think that the people should exist? If there are no people, what are you campaigning for?
Somebody said, I paid for this election. Is that not it? I'm asking now. Somebody said, I paid for this election. You get it? And you want the person to get into power and think about you. We did not think about his investment, because when you paid, you are expecting your investment. But he has not recruited back his investment. So you want him to think about you. He's still gathering his investment. He has not. You must get your capital back. Then you get your interest added to it. He has not got everything. He's busy getting everything. And you think he has time for you? You have to wait, because since we always move on, as you say, we always move on.
All right.
They understand that, Nigeria will move on now. You get it? Somebody will pray. Some people will say, even if no matter what happens, God should give us the means to afford it. So what type of prayer is that?
I want us
for you to afford it. What about the others who cannot afford? And you keep crying. Is it a problem for you to have a comfort?
I want us to listen to this throwback of Reno Omokri, who is now considered for an ambassadorial nomination, during an interview before the elections took place in 2023, where he said it is not in his DNA to work with the president. And I want us to listen to this, which will form my next question.
If Bola Tinubu approaches you to work with him, would you?
It will never happen.
Okay, which one? Which of the scenarios? Him approaching you or you accepting to work with him?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to betray privilege. Somebody from Bola Tinubu's camp has already reached out to me, and I told the person that, look, it cannot happen. I can't do it. It's just against my principles. I'm not. Some people can do that. It's not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I wish Bola Tinubu well if he eventually is sworn in and then the courts uphold his victory. But I can never work with him.
So where's the person now?
Why I'm asking you this is that, do you think a couple of these persons condemning this administration, if they are offered opportunities, they wouldn't change mouth?
Well,
like prominent persons, aside from the obvious, Bola, Reno, do you think if the president comes and says, you know what, this is what I want you to do, this is what I will give you, they won't change, they won't swing?
I will not say yes and I will not say no. You know why?
Why?
Because I don't know their mind. I remember I saw so many videos about Wiki in which he said that if he betrayed PDP, that he should never know peace in his life. I think I saw that video. I think I sent it to you or something like that. And people were laughing. Get it? Now, somebody like that can do that. Somebody may not do that. I remember when people like maybe Gani, if I were was so far, he rejected. You get it? Why somebody will take?
So now this guy that is saying is not in his DNA to accept to work with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Don't you think that he has become a ridicule of himself? So what is his DNA confused?
Okay, has he taken up a post now?
No, he's been considered. He has gone for screening now. Okay. We just don't know what ambassadorial, what do you call it, profiling that he'll be given.
Now, let me. I'm a biologist. I'm a biology teacher also. Now, there's something we call mutation.
Okay.
You are laughing. you know something
Go
about
ahead.
biology. There's a mutation. It's a spontaneous reorganization of your gene. So maybe he mutated. There's a mutation in his gene.
In less than a year.
He said it's not part of his gene. So his gene now mutated. So that he now found himself. See, Nigeria, I don't know what we have become. We have become beggars. That's the way it looks. You know, they will say a beggar has no choice. That is what we have become. So the moment they throw a carrot, we're already running after it. And we've forgotten, our integrity, our conscience. We drop them, we pick the carrots, and then we are running, and that is what is happening. And that's why you see many of these governors being, they are disappointing their people because they are like, I don't know. Let me use that. I don't want to use the word beggar. They are like, like somebody you throw carrot to, like a chicken. You give the chicken, no matter how that chicken is strong, the moment you drop some food on the floor, the chicken will turn its back and come and start eating it. That's the way it looks. And that is why I keep asking, you, as a governor, you have all the resources you need to protect your people. You have all the resources. If you are proactive, you love your people, you are empathetic, if you feel what they are feeling, that this good thing, if it had happened to me or my family, what would I have done? How would I have felt? Now, you will have done the right thing. You can have a security network without the use of weapons. What they need is just information. Most of the security operatives in the world, like maybe Mossad, CIA, MI6, you see, their one is just to infiltrate and give information to the appropriate authority that will now use the information. That's what they do.
You think this information is not there?
Because
don't you think it's the act to willingly work on the information provided? Like I said, if Nigerian security wants to erode this bit of insecurity, they know what to do.
I'm talking about the governors. I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about the governor.
Who says the governors do not know?
No, I'm not saying they don't know. That's why I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to establish.
What if their interest is from a political angle? I told you I was with an analyst yesterday who said that some of them are waiting on promises to become vice president, to be considered, or maybe they are afraid to make some certain persons angry, specifically from that northern side. They don't want them to be angry. So if you voice out and say certain things now, the power may not swing for you. Their votes may not swing on your side.
Jonathan made that mistake.
Really?
Yeah, believing that 4 years he can take care of one aspect, because one part of the country, because he believed they are the one who put him there, and he lost. You get? He lost. When MKO Abiola contested, he wasn't the best candidate. You get? At that moment, he had some questionable characters or whatever. even Fela mentioned ITT, whatever. But you see Nigerians coming together that this man is the most appropriate out of all of them that can move us forward. And they voted for him massively. Without any without any tribalism, without any religious bias. You get it? We all moved. Even his opponent congratulated him.
All right, Mr. Lawan, before we open the phone lines, do you think Peter Obi should remain with the Labour Party? Because we've heard Lamidi Akpakpa coming to tell us now that he's now the chairman of the Labour Party since the Supreme Court has invalidated the chairmanship position of Julius Abure. I'm just asking, just one simple response. No need for plenty talk. Just one simple response. Because Peter Obi has stated categorically that he's staying with the party. The Nadi Usman committee has gone to INEC and they've asked for them to be recognized and validated. So, but regardless, some people do not trust the Labour Party.
See, let me tell you something. If Peter Obi leaves Labour, I'm not saying he should not leave Labour. He may have his own permutation, political permutation. But if he leaves Labour, the opponent will also use it to discredit him. You get it? So if you remain there, that will also be a plus to him because people will see him as somebody who has integrity. And now people are tired of parties. They are after the personality now.
But do you think politics of integrity works?
Yes.
In Nigeria?
Why not?
Okay.
See, look, if you look at history, there was a time Nigeria was different, and then it changed, and then it's going to be different again for the better.
Okay.
So in 2023, I told people, I'm not a member of Labour. I've not met Peter Obi. The person I know very well we have met is Showore.
Okay.
I've not met him before. I'm not a member of PDP. I'm not a member of Labour or APC. But, when you go on the street, you meet common Nigerians. You see that they were looking for alternative and they were weighing their options. You get it?
They just want to change.
They were weighing, and that's why you see them just going in to vote for their conscience. There was a massive conscience vote in 2023.
Yes,
and it's going to happen in 2027 again. The only problem we had that time was that people did not pursue that mandate to a logical conclusion. Sure. We gave up easily, like you always say, which I'm preaching to you to stop.
To stop what?
Saying that Nigeria we should move on.
Okay. No, I'm just saying that. I'm just asking. We should
stop Nigerians moving on. We need to solve that problem.
Okay.
We need to, so that when you move on, the problem remain. Well, it's like somebody who has a malaria and you are taking paracetamol every now and then. The paracetamol will never cure the malaria.
Obviously.
You get it? It will never cure it. So don't let us move on. Let us face that problem and solve it.
And deal with it.
Thank you very much. We can have peace to move forward.
08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Fine.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael, where are you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from the court.
All right, Mr. Michael, please go ahead.
Please, Auntie Esther. We are tired of this killing in Nigeria community. We are tired. Let all of us get up and protect ours. Please, government will not do. At least my second time I'm telling you this. Let everybody get up in our different communities and protect ourselves because to protect us.
All right.
They are always for their own selfish interest in whatever position they have in this country. They are not ready to help any one of us in our communities. Please, let each and every one of us get up and protect ourselves in any form that we want.
All right.
Government will not protect anybody. Look at what happened in Jos. Look at what happened in Anambra. Look at what is happening everywhere in Nigeria. They want to finish everybody in Nigeria. Who do they want to turn Nigeria to? We are tired. Let's get up and protect ourselves, whoever they are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, Esther. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Good evening.
Greetings to your guest.
Thank you.
This is Remy from Akoka.
All right, Remy, please go ahead.
Okay, let's do a simple math.
I don't like maths, but go ahead. Hello? Remy? Well, please call the normal line, okay?
Hello.
Okay,
Can you
yeah.
hear me now?
Did you get a call?
Okay. Yeah, I have to okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
So I have to sorry. So let's do a simple math here.
Let it be very simple.
Hello?
So
Okay.
according to Beavers, that INEC themselves operated, who won Rivers State in the 2023 election? According to Beavers, who won Rivers State? Yes.
The one that INEC declared. Hello?
Rivers State. Who won Rivers State? I'm asking.
The one that INEC declared, Nabi.
According to their Beavers, who won Rivers State?
That's what the INEC declared now.
Answer now. Who won Rivers State? Is it my mouth? Who won it?
Labour Party. Wait, Labour Party won Rivers State, and they've not come to debunk that, because both Yaga Africa, BBC, and other independent, same as the media, told us that, according to the Beavers, so that INEC themselves operated, Labour Party won Rivers State. So this is where I'm going. They told us Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu won 12 states each, right?
Yes.
Hello, Yabi?
Yes.
So if each of them won 12 states each, and someone else won Rivers State, so add that Rivers State to the 12 states, making how many states?
13.
Hello?
13, sir.
13. So who had 13 states? So I'm going back to what Dr. Ahmed said. He said, what data was he working on for him to know that Tinubu never won?
Yeah.
So that simple math, which is a public knowledge to everybody, to you media as well too, meant someone won more states than the rest, which is not Tinubu. So who was the person? So that answers your question.
Thank you.
So
very
even
much.
you media need to help us with the right narrative, because history.
Which narrative?
They are trying to keep history.
Hey, Remy, don't be saying that. It's not history. If they come and carry me, will you come and vouch for me?
No, not. I'm not
Remy.
even referring to you in particular.
Okay.
I'm talking about the media in general. Because now the history they are trying to took the history right in our face. This is not 1962 or Civil War. We witnessed this just a few years ago. Who won more states according to Beavers, according to INEC?
That's why they said Beavers is not.
Yakubu declared someone else. Yes, we know that. But who won that state according to the record before every one of us, Esther? So let us work with that information. Good evening.
Good evening, Remy. Thank you very much. You push use your mouth and say it. Okay? Hello, good evening. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, please?
My name is Amandia Neze Wapunkonye.
All right. Location, sir.
Yeah. I'm calling you from Ikotu.
All right. Go ahead, please.
The insecurity happening in Nigeria. Government of Nigeria knows everything about it. I can remember the time I was in the East, particularly. Insecurity was too much, and they introduced something they call Bakassi.
Yes.
My dear, they introduced Bakassi, My dear, my dear, if you hear their name, you will comport yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. It has reached an extent now that every region now has to provide security outfit to be guiding their people, because Nigerian government is not ready to do anything. They are not ready to do anything. They are not ready to help us in any way.
Okay.
We are just alone. It is better now we continue now to think the way out for our people, because Nigerian government is not ready to help anybody. That is my own submission this night. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening, Esther. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine. Sorry that I kept you. If I didn't pick it, it will go off. Go ahead, please. What's your name?
This is John Legend.
John Legend. Location, please.
Yeah, calling from Mushi.
All right, please go ahead, John Legend.
Nigeria always forget history, and the Nigeria people don't do the right thing at the right time. They believe in tomorrow. They will tell you, we remember we forgot to make it right when we're supposed to do it. Likewise, they used to say that the president Nigeria never has, Awolowo. the good president Nigeria never has? Abiola. Abi? The good president. Very soon they will still complain, say the good president Nigeria never has. Peter Obi. Let me tell you something. You see what is happening in Port Harcourt now is nemesis. Do you understand me? It is nemesis. Because Fubara himself, he did not won that election in governorship. He knows very well. So that is why sometimes I don't pity people. When you see, say, the insurgencies happening in Nigeria, I don't pity Nigerians because I have lived in North before, which you said you have lived in Plateau State. I have lived in North before. How they killed Christians then.
Yes.
There was no Northerners complain over this. I was in North to earlier 90s. When on 25th of December, when we are going to celebrate Christmas, they will come there and massacre everybody. And there is no Northerners will come and complain over it. People will run away from their church. None of them will complain over it. Now it is their turn to test the wrath of God. Now people are complaining. They are resisting. Because why? That the problem is that some states are very weak. They can't handle these people. Because when you want to handle a Northerner, handle him eye-bone to eye-bone, leg to leg, match him with everything you have. They are too afraid of themselves. They are too afraid of fight. But when you allow them to come in, they will be coming in like soldier ants. You understand what I'm saying? So when we in Nigeria are ready to move these people out of the street, out of the bush, they will fight them. I remember 1992 or whatever, when the Igbos fight the Northerners in Kano State. They fight them, they push them enter inside bush. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the problem of what we have today is that all the heroes is dead. What we have now is foam. Mocha foam. Mocha foam.
Yes.
People that can come and only talk and they do not take action. When they talk, even their wife take them inside bed. They will sleep. They will be in their home talking, and they cannot do anything. That is why the politicians have seen our weak point and they're taking advantage of it. That is nothing but the truth. So if you are looking for a whole president of Nigeria or senator to leave that place, you're wasting time.
All right.
Even if you bring Obi 301 million times, Obi will not win a last election, except you match them leg to leg.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Adiola Ajayi has advised as such. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, good evening. Good evening, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Yes, what is your name?
I'm Felix from Ito.
Your name is?
Felix from Ito.
Okay, please go ahead.
What is happening in Ondo and every other has also come into those who are accommodating cow reelers that are causing this problem. If they can tell them to quit, if you want to reel cow outside North, employ the industry of that town to get to your cow. And they will also be have fear of God. Those Fulanis are not part of Nigeria. The way they are coming to Nigeria to destroy Nigeria is what we don't want. As per the president issue, not to China, you see, when even the president, their prime minister, did evil, they crucify him. If there's a charm issue for Nigeria, can that charm work for all Nigerians? If they should release all Nigerian prisoners in all police stations, release all prisoners to save themselves, and let Nigeria be what they're supposed to be. If this man is not ready to rule Nigeria, let them walk him out by force. And bring down all the governors that are not acting well for Nigeria, and let Nigeria be a good country. We are suffering. We are in a state of coma. Every Nigerian citizen is suffering in this country. We can't be in a country and become a free ship or a foreigner. This is our voice we keep complaining, keep saying. I don't believe that they are even caring or listening to us. That is why they continue doing what they are doing.
All right, thank you for calling. I believe they're listening. Sometimes they make some recommendations and respond to some certain outcry. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, hello, Esther.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, it's Tony Chukwudi.
Tony Chukudi, where are you calling us from?
From UK.
All right, Tony, please go ahead.
Yeah, you can see the way you were talking because you grew up in Plateau. Now that I know, you said that you grew up in the north.
Yes, I did my secondary school there. I went to a federal government girls' college.
I know you speak Hausa fluently. So one thing there is this: you can see the passion in your voice, in your face when you were saying that you live there. Only that you grew up there and you have this passion, you can feel it. Then think of the people there. You see what is going on, the killing. You can see. You just said something. Not even a single northern politician, not even a single northern governor said anything. You can see sometimes. You see, when people keep quiet, it does not mean they are stupid
at all.
The Southerners just keep quiet does not mean they are stupid. The time they will react, you will see the North will start to talk. But this thing has been going on. It's just like what was Sani was. I mean, was the other former senator they gave that is nominated for ambassadorial was talking to some of them, telling them it's just annoying looking at all these things. It's annoying. You can't even stand it. Look at how these people just carried the dead body of their loved ones and went in front of the government house in Jos to drop the dead bodies.
I'm telling you,
Women, you can see an old woman there killed, a pregnant woman. What did that old woman do to them? What did the pregnant woman do to them? I mean, it's just you see, there are things that since I used to call on VOP, I don't try to talk about it or comment in that line. I try to talk. This thing is getting on, and this is the reason why some of us who kept quiet, who were still hoping in one Nigeria, is now seeing a different angle of all these things. You can see that because this thing is going on day in, day out.
I'm telling you.
They started from the north, they are pushing further and they are coming further.
They've encouraged.
Now is in Edo State. Very soon they will enter Delta. I'm sure they are there. Then is Enugu. When they feel and you just take over a community, a town that does not belong, and you change the name of the town.
That's what they do. That's what they do. The governor said the same thing.
And the governor is there. Not doing anything, just saying it on the television, not doing anything. I mean, okay, another thing that I want to say. Why is it that our religious leaders, something happened in Edo State, Edo State, all of them went and apologized. But there was a time a head of a Khan, I think from Benue, was beheaded.
Yes.
Did the Christian Association of Nigeria say anything? Or went to get those people who did that?
The funny thing, Tony Chikude, can you remember, was it 2 weeks ago, when there was a panel set up, I think in Rome, where one of the Benue bishops was there saying that the killings of Christians, specifically in Benue, that they are going through an existential crisis, gave data of several killings and the takeover of these supposed terrorists. That same period was the same period that the president invited most of the Khan leaders. I think he even gave one major role to Archbishop Kuka too in the same vein. The president met up with them.
Yeah, to Sean. Now they released the Bishop Kuka cousin or niece or whatever, a relation to Bishop Kuka. Now, what I'm trying to say is that some of all these top churches that always hold mega crusade, they cannot come up and what I say march and then say that this has to stop. In what is it called? Is it Bangladesh? Then the monk, all of them did it there. And when the monk comes out in all these countries that have monk, you know that the government has to go. What stop all of them? But they won't do anything because they still collect their tithe and offering. So it's normal. But some of them won't even open up and talk. Like what you're asking your guests. He was trying to tell you that we are prayer because everything happened. They will tell us just leave it, leave it. Oh, let's go, let's move on. In the Western world, it's not like that. The whole world, I have said it here on this radio. The Western world holds what they call positive grudges. They will hold it and wait for you on that election day. And they will tell you how they have been enduring all the mess as a government that you have been doing to them. They have it. What Donald Trump is doing in America, just wait. Midterm election, you will see what is going to happen. because all of them are keeping their grudges, waiting on that day. Nigerians should hold their grudges and display their grudges on the election day, because this thing can't go like this. This thing cannot go on like this.
Thank you very much, Tony Chukwudi. Let's take more calls, okay? Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name, please? Hello? 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 Your network is bad. Please kindly call back, okay? Please kindly call back. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Hello?
I can hear you. What is your name?
Yeah, Balista, greet you.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I think you're in a busy environment. Can you, maybe when you get home, you can call or park somewhere, okay? Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. My name is Ambaba. I'm calling from Baku.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, see, I really appreciate for the people who are talking to communicate their own suggestion for the radio station. And for my own contribution, the problem of Nigeria is all those our bad leader we have. We cannot do anything with them because of the way Nigeria goes back to the military rule. During the Abacha time, during the Obasanjo time, during the Babangida time, Nigeria is not messing like this now. Why this time around can't be like this? They are killing so many people in Southwest. And at that time when Igboho come out, get one administrator in Yoruba that time, they call Igboho during the
Sunday Igboho.
During the Buhari time. So the man and send the man away. So see what they happen in Yoruba land now. What Yoruba people are talking. See what they happen in East now. What all those leaders there. What they are talk. They don't talk anything. All those their government there. They don't talk. See what they happen in Southeast also, in Southwest, everywhere in Nigeria. All our leaders, they just keep quiet. They cannot talk anything because like them. All those people, they are collect bribe, they are leave it. Okay, not be Yoruba they there now. So what about the people they are killing on those states now?
I'm telling you, last week they killed 5 people. Yesterday, 15 people.
It's not good. They are killing so many people. Anyway, okay, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Farmers were going to the farm early in the morning. They just killed them like that. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther Machuku.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
And your wonderful analyst, Mr.
Thank
Kundayo.
you, Mr. Kundayo.
Okay, my name is Tony Anele, calling you from Ijagama.
All right, Mr. Tony, please go ahead.
Okay, please quickly. My question is, if what was the place of Arabambi and Lamidi Apapa when Julius Abude was the chairman of the party? If the court had ruled, that Abude was the chairman of the party, and later that the term has expired. And now he is no longer the chairman, and there's a management in place. So why is Lamida Papa or Arabambi coming again? Do they have any place in the party?
I don't know. This one is Lamida Papa. He came in and said now that it is the Supreme Court has given whatever, that he is the one that should be the one to chair, to become the chairman until maybe there's another election.
My question is, did the Supreme Court rule that he should come in as the chairman?
Nope.
So if not, so let the owners of the party take back the party. Like Obi, Alex, Oti.
That's what they did today. That's what they did today.
Exactly. They should just force him out. So they should have all the machinery to edge him out of the system. So that's my own take. Why would they be waiting? Because Nigerians don't have any place for a papa again in the party.
True.
Again, my take is that for 2027 to be realistic, they should do something on that status of Abuja. You remember how 25% vote in Abuja played out. So is it no longer part of the constitution? Except such thing is resolved, there is going to be crisis. Exactly. There's going to be crisis in 2027. So either they review Nigerian constitution. If Nigeria at all has a constitution, they should review that trash or they do away with that 25% Abuja status. That's my own take. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you so much.
There's this bill,
Hold on. Go ahead.
So there's this bill on electoral reform, which we are expecting them to bring out concerning validation of this Vivas and all those stuff, and which they just penned. I don't know why they do that.
Natasha is their problem.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Choma Innocent.
My name is Esther Wachukusa, please.
Oh, sorry. Esther Wachuku. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, please?
Yeah. I am Paul calling from Egbeda and your wonderful Nigerian analyst, Kundayo. Bless you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. You see, it is quite unfortunate, those of us that grew under military regime. I can tell you confidently, boldly, that my life was good under military regime than these politics we are playing today. I can boldly stand anywhere to say it. All these killings, all this hatred and bitterness, even after the Civil War, we never experienced it. Even if there are people practicing it, was not openly declared. Compared to since 1999 till date, look at what Nigeria has passed through. Look at trillions of naira in debt. We're not even talking about it. 400 and something trillion. Now the 14% tariff that was levied on Nigeria. Nigeria does not produce anything they export to US. Apart from yam, vegetable, all this African food and all these things. So is it not a shameful thing that a whole giant of Africa, there is nothing that we can say we manufacture that we export to America? That it makes Nigeria as an inconsequential country. And our leaders are not thinking about this thing. Look at the killing, 3 heads beheaded, floating on top of water in Ondo State. And the military and the paramilitary cannot tell Nigerians, explain to Nigerians what happened. I mean, what is going on? What is actually going on? Supreme Court will rule. A single individual who called himself a bencher is saying that he will not obey it. I don't understand though. I really, it surprises me every day as I wake up. I said, even in the animal kingdom, we have the king of the jungle. What is going on in Nigeria? The life we live in 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even 90s under the military is very much better, very much compatible. I've lived for 40-something years in Lagos here. I've never seen crisis during election as we saw in 2023 and the rest. These people are not interested in our tomorrow. They're interested in what goes into their pocket and what they're able to get. Look at the kind of taxation that is existing in Nigeria today. The bank is taxing you multiple. The telecom is taxing you multiple. The agro is taxing you multiple. My truck got spoiled at Ojota. Do you know that I have to pay agro 20,000 naira to allow my truck to be repaired on the road?
Chai.
It is terrible. Thank you.
You're welcome. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel, aka DJ Ezerab.
All right, sir. Location?
Calling from Ejibo.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
There is something this barrister, this honorable, they talk in that house. I support him because all these governors, they collect votes for all these things where they happen
security
for
votes.
their side.
Yeah.
Yes. So as they collect the vote, why can't them speak out? If they don't know anything, if their hand is not in that insecurity, why hold them to speak out? And why be say like the other one will happen for Enugu State? What to make that governor carry tear gas, having police people go to
stop them from protesting?
So all these things let us to know say their hand dey there. Yeah? See, okay, waiting go fit. Okay, those places where they do killings, they don't feel call for state emergency now. But they get right to call for state emergency. Only this thing when they happen there, you don't reach to call state of emergency there. You don't reach it. Not the only when the whole state go die before they go call state of emergency. But all you can't do important. See, let me tell you, Esther, the problem of this Nigeria started when Nnamdi Kanu was telling them, look at what these people is planning, look at these people, look at what is, but they see it as incitement. And they just lock that man up. Immediately when they lock that man up, everything that man told them begin to happen. And the reason why they hold that man there is because of this thing that is happening there, so that this thing will continue happening.
All right.
If they can be able to release that man, that man will bring a peaceful solution to this problem. I must say the truth.
Peaceful solution to the problem everywhere.
Is the key. Is the key of this country.
Wahala. Mr. Lawal is the key. Don't be phrasing things like this, because you're indicting somebody by saying he's the key. Is it the one responsible for all the Fulani terrorists that are beheading and killing people across different geopolitical zones? Yay! Because let's be phrasing our responses in a very... Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Madam.
Good evening, ma. What's your name, please?
Madam Eunice calling from Madam.
Oh, Madam Eunice. Okay, please go ahead.
I want to greet your guest,
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
Madam Esther, where is all these governors, all these suburbs, all these chiefs in the villages? What are they doing to help the armed forces? Because the armed forces cannot be everywhere. Police cannot be everywhere. Army cannot be everywhere. What are the heads of all those villages? What are they doing to protect their own area? Where is the Oba doing? What are they doing to instruct all the chiefs to come out and let the villagers come out and protect themselves? What are they doing? What is the governor doing? Everything cannot be on federal government, on police, on this thing. Everybody has to wake up, all the village heads. They have to wake up and help the armed forces, please. They cannot just leave everything for government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Eunice. Well, the DSS boss, Adiola Ajayi, actually said exactly what she's describing. That's what he said. He said they can't do everything and they can't be everywhere.
Then allow them to use weapon now. If you want them to protect, assist, you want them to go there and be singing to the terrorists.
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Madam.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
My greeting to Mr. Kudan.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
This is Babalola calling from Egbeda.
From Egbeda. All right, Babalola, please stay close to your mouth, the speaker of your phone. Yes.
I think it's better now.
Yes, it's better now. Please go ahead, sir.
Good. I just want to give my opinion.
Okay.
You see, this insecurity, when the thing is started from northern side, the western side here, they kept quiet. Everybody was shouting there. I could remember vividly. We shouted, lamenting that they should be proactive now, that this is going to spread across. For some people, they are blinded. I don't know, or maybe they are political this thing that is affecting them. They call us different types of names then. That we hate Buhari, we keep all those things. Now they are seeing the result. Anyway, you see, this thing that is ravaging this country, there is no solution. I like most of people that keep the opinion based on military rule. That's the solution. These people, they are incapacitated to handle this thing that is happening. And if care is not taken, this thing might tear this country to pieces, to apart. If you go and mark my word, because this thing, the way it's going now, very soon, this thing, they can't control it anymore. It's beyond their this thing now, their power. Like they play like you. How many soul that is lost every day by day? This is supposed to be so. They sign in the same client. This is supposed to be like this. See the way they just bastardize everything just granted. But it's unfortunate. Good night.
Good night. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you, sir. Let me take some messages. It's time actually that I take messages. Good evening, VOP. Honestly, Labour Party is completely nothing without Peter. We don't even know what is giving them such morale. Labour Party has been in existence for many years and nobody has ever recognized them till Peter Obi came in. Let them play with caution when it comes to Peter Obi, their party, unless some people are indirectly using some of them to work against them. Ralph from Satellite Town. Good evening, Ralph. Thank you very much for your message. Good evening, Esther. Thank you very much. Good evening to you too. Labour Party is nothing without Peter Obi. Akpakpa is a mole and a joker, just like Aburi. If anything happens and Peter Obi leaves Labour Party, that will be the end of Labour Party. From His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko in Oshodi. Well done, sir. Good evening to you. Good evening, Esther. The book of Proverbs said, know the state of your flocks and give careful attention to your heads. Unfortunately, Nigeria's political leaders are not in this category. They are carnal, corrupt, self-centered, covetous, and greedy. So, the killings is for ethnic cleansing. They want to wipe out the people and take over their land. I ask, who does cow meat help? I can't remember when last I ate cow meat. I hate it. People should rise up and defend their land, farms, and family. Never walk alone to the farm. Arm yourself and know that your life matters. Timmy writing from Ishaga. Nigeria's major challenge lies in the lack of sincerity across various sectors, including politicians, judiciary, public affairs commentators, ordinary Nigerians, apathy, and short-term thinking. It's high time we come together and fight our common enemies. Abedin from Bagada. All right, Abedin, well done. Good evening. You're not losing anything on the Boko Haram war because you've not gained since 2015. Then you're covering up and underreporting of the Boko Haram terror for political reasons. You can't lose what you haven't gained in the first place. The last gains was at the twilight of the former President Jonathan's government. The APC came in 2015 and turned the Boko Haram into a business to pay back political loans and fund the election campaigns, when in the first instance they were the one that brought Boko Haram to fight the PDP. To correct it, the media must start reporting what's actually happening with no fear or molestation by the APC. Interesting. Thank you very much for that advice. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya, and VAP family. Governors cannot deliver good governance as long as electoral process continues to be manipulated and parties playing godfatherism game. A leader elected by the people will be answerable to the people. Fulani tribe are continuing Danfodio ideology, and this was only agenda Buhari had in becoming the president. It's unfortunate some voters didn't see this in 2015, but it is clear to everyone now. May God save our land. Amici from Mafuluku. All right, I salute you, my gallant and great female radio presenter, Lady Esther. Thank you very much. I salute you, my gallant comrade Ekundaya. How was your morale for this beautiful evening? The motivation messages for this beautiful evening. Every decision has a ripple effect. It's vital to consider the potential consequences on others before making a choice. May God bless Nigeria. Keep on flying the flag, my gallantry, Lady Esther. Have a fantastic night to you all. From Awesome Morale at LT General T.A. Lagbaja Army Cantonment Ikeja. All right, thank you very much for that message. Good evening. It's not that the southern governors cannot do anything, but it is because southerners are slaves to northern Muslims. Take it or leave it. Wow. Is that true, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya? Southerners are slaves to northern Muslims?
Well, I don't
think I believe that.
No, I don't want to.
He says, please tell your guys to stop blaming governors for insecurity, because I recall when the former governor of Enugu State, Buruburu, called the commissioner of police and informed him that terrorists are coming to kill his people in Uzo-Nwani, and the commissioner of police told him that he will get order from IGP before he can save lives. And the terrorists came to the community and killed many people and left. All right, okay. All right, thank you very much for that, Leo. Esther Wachuku. The way God will judge Wiki and Omokri will be different. Onyekachi Wachuku from Ajao State. Good evening. I too much love this man in the studio. Almost a lover. Nigeria problem has moved on. If we don't change our mindset and fight to take back our country, all these old men called leaders will make life miserable for us. Devil himself will wonder who is more evil between him and Nigerian government. Good evening, Esther Misalawa. What Wike said that he shouldn't know peace if he leaves PDP. Peter Obi had said more when he was in ABGA. He swore he will never leave ABGA. Now he has told many parties. That is politicians for you. Stop trusting any of those, including Peter Obi. Tunde from Ijegu. Does anybody still remember that the Nigerian money is Naira and Kobo? Where is Kobo in Nigeria's currency? None. Now Naira is going. All right. Who FCT Abuja, and what does electoral law say concerning FCT Abuja? You must win FCT, but Tinubu did not. Atiku did not, but Peter Obi did. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Godwin from Festac. Wow, interesting. Killing is getting too much in this country every day. Please, Tinubu, if you cannot do something about it, throw in the towel for Nigeria. All right, Chinedu from Badagry. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too. And the man of the people, Mr. Lawa Ekundaya. My name is Dr. Michael from Okota. Mr. Ekundaya is right that Nigeria is the most religious country in the world, and Nigeria is fond of moving forward. Please, Esther, let my honorable biology teacher of the people tell us the solution ahead of 2027, rather than moving forward. God bless the man of justice, fairness, and truth. The VOP of the nation, Mr. Lawa Ekundaya. Okay. Oyebuchi Arodiobu from Ojo. Good evening, all the guests in the studio. Peter Obi is a movement that has come to stay no matter how long it's delayed. They have refused to release MNK despite court ruling. Is this not pure hatred on the Igbo race? Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too. My regards to the able analyst. We'll move on because we have lost every sense of ownership. Nigeria should firstly be seen as belonging to us, so the right thing to do is to install a system till solution is preferred to every issue. Like it happened in South Korea when martial law was pronounced, the people refused to move on. So the analyst is right that each time we move on, the problem comes around to haunt us. James from Agege. Good evening, my VOP family. My name is Ibezim from Ojekunle Ladipo Market. The solution of Nigeria is for them to reform electoral and judiciary system. Until that, this country can never move forward. Please let them release Nazim Nandekanu. Good evening, Esther and your guest. Beggars are more intelligent than Reno Mokri. What is in his DNA is lies and hungry blood group. Chikezie from Ago. It is obvious the ruling party are working hard on Labour Party. Anywhere Peter Obi goes, I'm obedient as a fellow. Let him not be desperate to win. The compromise to win will impact negatively on governance. It's high time we citizens are resolved in what we do. We have the numbers. Let our institutions be revived, and insecurity will ease out. It's mostly state-sponsored. Starting a new party is not an option either. Let us demand good governance. Simisola from Isolo, Lagos. Good evening, House. President Tinubu, who used his money to buy the seats at Asorok, he said clear, and Nigerians heard him. And you expect him to fight insecurity in Nigeria? Senator Akpabio, that manipulated his ways and became who is here today. Esther, you expect him to fight insecurity? State governors who wants to become next vice president, you want them to speak out? The service chiefs that were bought over with hard currency, you expect them to fight insecurity? Frankly speaking, I'm ashamed of being a Nigerian. My God Almighty continue to rest upon VOP and its workers. Akaniro Kingsley from Yaba. Thank you very much. Good evening, my people. This is Igwe Christian. If at the end of everything and Shore collected ambassadorial position from this administration, then comes the saying that they say in the Bible that the dog has gone back to its vomit. Though I have never for one day taken Shore serious. What a shame. It's not Shore, please. It's Reno Mokri, not Shore, please.
Is very consistent.
He has been consistent right from when I remember. So it's not Shore. It's Reno Mokri. You heard him. It's Reno Mokri, not Shore. Good afternoon, Esther. Let them approach state police with this self-defense will be avoided and attacks checkmated. This is part of real federalism. Ochonogo Samson. All right. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Lawal. First of all, we should be sure that our voice and declaration of reality about the Nigerian politics is popularly embraced. All the good work done in VOP station must be evangelized to the populates. That's the way we can. That's the way we can just move forward, and we must do something about the bad governance. A plea I will do now is that you should try and see any area that the government might be trying to invest our resources and discuss their relevance, so that they won't say VOP only see the weak aspects of the government. We can see the manipulation of the government on the gullible Nigerians. I'm Ola from Agor. All right, Ola, thank you very much. Good evening, my dear presenter and an honorable guest. I greet you, sir. My name is Taiwo Olabodi from Iyanu Iyesi in order. Did I call that right? Yes.
yes.
Okay. Thanks for educating us on the state of the nation. We really appreciate you, sir. You said a lot, sir. Nobody can truly say what is happening in the country today. So I'm so sorry to say that the wrong set are the ones ruling. And what do you expect from them? The word of God says, anyone fighting for power are not coming to do good, but to kill, to steal, and to destroy. The government are not doing the will of the people. The judiciary and the National Assembly are compromising with illegalities. Have we forgotten when the president went to present the budget and promised their returns, and you now want them to go against his ways of governance? The governors are all quiet. What is happening generally in the country is unbelievable. The killings of the farmers, and we want food to be on our table. Kidnapping, bad roads, no proper medical attention in our hospital, unemployment and empty promises, and other criminal activities. These are criminal issues that need urgent attention. What are our leaders waiting for? Are they waiting for when it will get out of control? They should please learn from other countries in Africa, such as Egypt, Rwanda, and others. Somebody who doesn't know if they will see tomorrow and now struggling to get 2027. Our leaders should please be very careful and do the needful and forget 2027. It is God Almighty that crowns our efforts. May God help us through this period in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we discuss issues, we must survive, right? We must obviously survive. And for those of us who do not know where to invest or how to properly invest, well, I'm likely to inform you that Kidas has our back. How are you, Kidas?
Good evening, Esther. I'm
Good
very
evening.
fine today.
Well done.
My name is Victor Smoky from Kudos Homes Limited, and I'm here to bring amazing opportunities to everyone about property investment. In fact, if you don't know it, the only investment on earth that can stand the test of time is earth itself. So have you gotten your own piece of earth? And that is why I'm here today to tell you about the various locations that we have in Kudos Homes Limited so that you can have your own piece of earth, because that's the only thing that can stand generation. So let me quickly call the areas that we have properties here in Lagos. We have Kudos City. Kudos City is located in Agbowa, Ikorodu. Kudos City is located in Agbowa, Ikorodu, and it's going for just 1.5 million naira per plot. So if you are looking for a landed property in Ikorodu, Kudos City is the right choice for you. And also we have Kudos Heritage Phase 1. Kudos Heritage Phase 1 is located in Omuketu-Ekpe, and Kudos Heritage Phase 1 is going for just 3.5 million naira per plot. 3.5 million naira per plot. And we also have the Kudos Heritage Phase 2, which is also located in Omuketu-Ekpe, and Kudos Heritage Phase 2 is going for just 2.5 million naira per plot. So with just 2.5 million naira, you get a plot of land in Kudos Heritage Phase 2. Also, we have Kudos Height. Kudos Height is also located in Omuketu-Ekpe, and Kudos Height is currently going for just 4.5 million naira per plot. Now, you may want to ask me, why are all these estates located in Omuketu-Ekpe? Now, this is because Ekpe is a fast-rising city, and there are so many infrastructural developments that are located within Ekpe. And let me just mention a few of these infrastructural developments. We have the Lagos New International Airport, which is also coming towards that direction. We have the Lagos Food Storage and Security Hub. We also have the Lagos State Film City. Now, and we have a lot of development coming towards that direction. So if you are looking for a place to invest in, start thinking about Omuketu-Ekpe. Now, the number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now let me take you to Delta State. Now in Delta State, we have the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located in Ibuzo main town. Fairview Estate Phase 2 is just selling for 2.5 million naira per plot. And we also have the Kudos Height. Kudos Height is also located in Ibuzo main town, and Kudos Height is going for just 1.5 million naira. Now the location of Kudos Height is at St. Thomas College Road in Ibuzo, and all of these estates are very close to the Asaba International Airport. We also have the Admiralty University close to them, and they are also close to the first and second Niger Bridge. And also we have the Kudos Court, which is also located in Ibuzo main town, but Kudos Court is going for just 4.5 million naira per plot. So if you didn't get the number, let me call it one more time. The number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now in Enugu, we just finished selling Fairview Estate Phase 1, which is located in Odobudo, close to the Akanabiam International Airport. But now the estate is sold out. Now, but what we have in Enugu for you is the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located in Amoukwe-Nike. It's also close to the Enugu State International Airport, and it's also close to the Nike Lake. So if you're looking for a good place that will bring relaxation onto you, Fairview Estate Phase 2 in Amoukwe-Nike is the good location for you. It's just selling for 2.5 million naira per plot, and we go for inspections every Thursdays and Saturday here in Lagos. Like tomorrow, we'll be taking our clients for inspection, so you can join us to see these properties. When you see them, you can go for verification, and our inspection days, like I said, is every Thursdays and Saturday. Now in Enugu and in Delta State, we go for inspection every day. And if you like to visit our office address, we have offices in Lagos, Enugu and Delta. But in Lagos, our office is located in number 171 Egbeda Idimo Road, Abule Udu bus stop. Number 171 Egbeda Idimo Road, Abule Udu bus stop. Now let me call the phone number again. The number to call is 0905 904 7514. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram at Kudos Homes Limited, and our website is www.kudoshomesLimited.com. So with Kudos Homes Limited, we want to help you actualize your dream home, so that before the end of this year, you have a property investment of your own. With as low as 500,000 naira, you can start and spread your payment for 3 months. So the number again to call one more time is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514.
Thank you very much, Kudos, for that insight and helping us to see how we can make more money, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right, be good. Have yourself an amazing day.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lawal Nkundayo, just before we go, what's your final take today? What do you have to say concerning most of the things we've discussed this evening?
That we should hold our leaders accountable.
Having a new INEC acting chair, will it make any difference in our electoral laws or in our electoral processions? Do you think it will make any difference?
Foul.
You don't think so?
Yes.
Really?
Because he's still appointed. He's still the appointed.
He's still acting.
He's still the appointment. He's appointed by the president.
By the president.
So it's still the same merry-go-round.
So how would the people ensure that INEC does what is necessary ahead of 2027 if we still feel that it's the same process?
The National Assembly are not representing the people now. So if the National Assembly is representing the people, all these errors will have been taken care of in their laws and reform and everything constitutionally. But they are not doing that. What will reform? They are not doing that. They are busy with this fine girl. They are busy admiring the fine girl. And you get, so if we have assembly that is representing the people, they will have taken actions.
All right.
You get it? Because it is the law that is guiding everybody.
All right. Mr. Lawal Nkundayo is a social political affairs commentator. Thank you so much for your consistency on this program and sharing with us your insight as real and raw like you like to do. We do hope that most of the talk we're talking, that something will actually happen. We something needs to give. To be honest, the federal government, the state government, all the political bureaucrats, National Assembly members, kindly listen to the cries of your people, please. It's endemic. It's important.
And they have not even said anything at all.
You need to.
The assembly, they are not saying anything about these killings and everything. I don't understand.
You can't politicize.
Who do you represent?
You can't politicize the lives of people. You can't. All right, my name is Esther Wachku. Good evening and thank you for being part of the conversation today. Follow our social media handles at VOP903FM, also on YouTube at VOP903FM, Estic Media on YouTube, ESTIQMEDIA, on Facebook, Esther Wachku, on Instagram at Esther Nwaz. Mr. Lawal Nkundayo, Lawal Nkundayo on Facebook, Lawal Nkundayo on Facebook. All right, good evening.